how you check your kernel version? That is first question. The thing is, go to system, status, other kernel info, 753 kernel, 600 support package level. This is first way. Okay. The second way is go to SM51T code. Go to SM51T code. Interview question: how many ways you can check kernel version? One is system status, second one is SM51. SM51, and there is one thing called release notes. Hit on that release notes, it will tell you your kernel version. See, 753 kernel, and it is a Unicode, and patch number is 600. SM51 release notes. That's it. 753 kernel, 600 patch level, Unicode. These three you need to check: kernel version, support package level, Unicode or non-Unicode. The third way is from OS level also you can check. Go to your command prompt and hit disp plus work. Disp plus work. That's it. It will show you the kernel version. 753 kernel, 64-bit, Unicode, support package level is 600. These three ways you can check the kernel version. Remember this point. We have to download two files. One is SAP exe.sar. Second one is SAP exedb.sar. What is .sar format? .sar means SAP archiver. SAR means SAP archiver format. So you know WinZip and WinRAR, .zip files and .rar files, right? What is that meaning? For Windows it is zip files and RAR files. For SAP it is SAR files. SAP is giving .sar files. Whatever the software SAP gives, mostly in .sar format only. To do the kernel upgradation, we have to download two files. One is SAP exe.sar, second one is SAP exedb.sar. SAP exe.sar means database independent files. Database independent means what? Whatever the database, these files are common for all the databases. If your underlying database is HANA, Oracle, Sybase, whatever the database, these files are common. And this SAP exedb.sar contains database dependent files. So if anybody asks you what are the files you download by doing kernel upgradation, means two files: SAP exe.sar, SAP exedb.sar. Database independent file, database dependent file. Okay, so if you go with, if you uncare these, uncare means unzip. So .sar file, how you do uncare means there is a utility called SAP care. So SAP is giving .sar format. To uncare that, there is a utility called SAP care utility. SAP care is a utility. By using that utility, you need to uncare that file. See how you uncare means SAP care -xvf and the file name SAP exe.sar. So we have to download two files: SAP exe.sar, SAP exedb.sar. .sar format. SAP is giving these files in which format? .sar format. See, all the files .sar format. My screen is visible. The file type is what? SAR files, SAP archive files. Means this is just like your zip RAR file. SAP's archiving methodology is called as SAR. To uncare means to unzip, unrar these files, you need one tool. That tool is SAP care utility. SAP care utility. By using this tool, we need to uncare that. So how you do that means SAP char -xvf and the file name. For example, X means what? X means extract. V means verbose.
Update.
F means forcefully. By using this utility, you uncare this, and the conditions are what? Extract it. Verbose means in detail what you are extracting, please tell me. And another thing is F means forcefully, at any cost to do that. If you pass this statement, this command, it will uncare this file. If you uncare this file, what are the things you will get? SAP exe.sar means what? Database independent. All your SAP application related files. What are they? MSG underscore server.exe. Okay. gwrd.exe file. Okay. And tp.exe. All these application related executable files will come in along with this file SAP exe.sar. I downloaded 3 files: SAP char utility, SAP exe.sar, SAP exedb.sar. My screen is visible?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
It is not mandatory to keep these files at this location. Whatever the location, you just download into one folder called new kernel. This is the tool to uncare. These two are this is the independent files, these are the dependent files. I have downloaded. Now I want to uncare these files. If I uncare these files, what I'll get? First I'll see that. So to uncare that, go to your command prompt. Okay. First go to this location. C colon cd, change directory to that location. usr sap sid a trans kernel. See the same location, no? I'm at the same location. Now give this command, copy this name, that name, SAP char name, -xvf, extract verbose forcefully. Oh, where is that? Space -xvf space and your file name SAP exe.sar, right? I'm copying that file name. This is the command to uncare your SAP char -xvf and that file name. Just hit enter. See what is happening. You are getting .exe files and .dll files. You used verbose, na? That is the reason it is showing what it is extracting. If you don't use that xvf, it won't show you this. See all your kernel files, .dll files, .exe files, everything you are getting. So if you observe SAP exe.sar, SAP exedb.sar, SAP exe.sar will be more in size. Why? It contains these many files. Your tp.c, 892 files extracted. If you go with disp plus work.exe, there is tp.exe, r3 trans.exe, okay, r3 trans.exe, start sap.exe, stop sap.exe, msg underscore server.exe. All your application related files will be there in your SAP exe.sar. Okay, can I uncare SAP exedb? The same command is same. Instead of SAP exe, I'll say SAP exe db dot sar. The same location, no? See, enter. Some new files are adding. Only 39 files which are related to your database. If you check that files, what are that files? 32 files. db database related library files, and R3 load, strdbs. You know this strdbs, start database command. R3 zc, R3 load, R3 load method. Guys, you know R3 load method, right? This R3
Yes,
load,
sir.
strdbs.cmd. These 39 files are related to your database. 892 files belongs to SAP exe.sar, means application related files. These are database related files. All the files, application related and database related files, will be kept in your kernel directory. You uncare these files, right? Any doubt here? Procedure. It's not started. Kernel upgrade not started it, right? Now first thing is
Stop
backup.
take it, sir.
Backup old kernel directory. Second,
Stop
Stop
SAP
stop
services.
SAP services. Remember that. Then
Stop SAP.
stop SAP. Then, oh sorry,
Replace files to kernel directory.
First to new kernel.
new to
paste
Copy.
into new
New kernel.
kernel directory, right? Sorry, paste new kernel files to paste
Old
new
kernel.
kernel files to old
Old
kernel
kernel.
location. Okay, then fifth one,
Replace.
Start services.
Start.
Replace.
start SAP services. Then
Start.
start SAP. Then
Check kernel version.
check kernel version. That's it. This is what your kernel upgradation. Okay, so you have to download two files, SAP exe.sar, SAP exedb.sar. Then you have to uncare them by using utility SAP care, SAP care -xvf and the file name. So can anyone guide me where I need to go? This is service marketplace, guys. support.sap.com. It is the official website of SAP. If you want to download any software, or if you want to complain to SAP, if you want to do download any database or patches, kernel, whatever the software is related to SAP, whatever you have license, every software you can download from SAP from this website, support.sap.com. Here you need to log in by using one SUser ID. This user ID is called as SUser ID. It will be like S0020, and then go to software downloads. Then you will get three options: installations and upgrades, support package, patches, database. If you want to install download databases, go with this. If you want support package, kernel or something, then go with support package. If you want to download installation media, for example, if you want to download S4 HANA, go with this option. Okay, now I'm going with support package and patches. Alphabetical index, archive by alphabetical index. Alphabetical index means the latest available patches. Here archive by means the old versions. Now I'm going with this. And kernel, right? K 64-bit Unicode kernel. How to check kernel version?
System.
Status and
Display and SM51 is not
System
released.
status by T code SM51 and release mode.
Okay. 753 kernel, 64-bit, right? Here we are having two files. One is database dependent. If you select the database, it is database dependent. if you say database independent of all the databases, these files. This database independent file is sap exe.sar. Database sap exe.sar. See, sap exe.sar. You won't get sap exedb here. Okay, and if you choose a database specific, database dependent, then you will get sap exedb. That means database independent files. Two files you have to download. So if your patch version is 600, the next patch level is what? 700, then 800, then 900, then 1000. After 1000, they'll release a new version. After 753, what is the next available kernel? After 753, see,
759, I think so.
777, I think. 753, 777, I think. Yeah, not 759. Now next release is 777. In this 777 also, they'll release 777 support package level 100, 200, 300. We'll see what is the latest version in this. 500, 400, 300. See, 100 support package level 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. See the release date. See, the first support package 2020, Feb 2020, then June 2020, then October 2020, then July 2021. Now July 22. After 1 year, they released the next patch level. So sometimes they are releasing for 3 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes even a year. There is no particular time. Okay, after 1 year they are released this. Do you have 600 kernel in that 600 patch level? No. So they'll next release 600 patch level, 700, 800, 900. Then they'll stop that kernel. So right now our kernel is 753. So see guys, just don't download the files. You download sap exe.sar, sap exedb.sar, uncare it. After uncaring, just create a new folder called new kernel. In that you paste these files. Then back up your old kernel, stop your SAP services, stop SAP, and paste these files into old kernel directory. That directory also having the same files, na? But these are latest files, those are older files. Kernel upgradation is simple copy and paste. Yes or no? Is anything we are doing technically? Just copying this new kernel from service marketplace and pasting in the kernel directory. Copy paste is nothing but your kernel directory. But don't blindly copy and paste the things. When you are downloading the kernel, so if you do that, what happens? If you simply downloaded this sap exe.sar, sap exedb.sar, what happened? Okay, you have done kernel upgradation. Now you are trying to start the system. System is not starting. How you troubleshoot that? Procedure is very much simple. Just you have to download 2 files. I need 700 patch level in 753. Okay, I have downloaded that. Okay, and uncare it, the 2 files. Stop the backup that old kernel, stopping the services, stop SAP, replace that kernel, and start services, start SAP. Then my system is not starting. What could be the reason? So to avoid that known problems, whenever you are downloading any file, whenever you are downloading, for example, I am downloading SAP exe 700 patch level. Okay, in the right hand side you will be having content info. There will be some information, content info. This content info will tell you the known problems, the possible problems with this file. This is kernel part 1. Part 2 is what? Database dependent, SAP exedb. Okay, so this content info, if you open that content info, it will tell you the possible reasons.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So I don't know whether the problem is from your side or mine.
What problem you are facing now?
Excuse me, sir. Your voice is like a robot's voice.
Okay.
It's breaking and coming. I don't know whether it is from your side or my side.
Are you getting echo?
Voice is. Yes, sir.
Okay. Guys, everybody is getting the same echo or only Pawni ma'am?
No, sir.
No.
No,
We are getting
clear.
clear.
Yeah. Ma'am, please relog in. Problem from your end.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. So you have to read that content info. That content info will tell you the possible problems. See, if I open that content info, there will be some notes. These notes, we have to read these notes. If you go with any note, exe 700, for example, I will show you another one. Oh, sorry. If you go to this content info, see patch level 1000 patch level. With 1000 patch level, 753 kernel, patch level 1000. If you open this note, it is providing few notes regarding this. So these notes contains few suggestions, important changes in this version. Okay, you need to add few parameters. See, it is asking you to add this parameter, use underscore client underscore cert is equal to true, verify underscore server underscore cert is equal to true, and these parameters, ICM parameter, it is asking you to add these parameters. If you miss this, your system won't start. If your system started also, ICM means Internet Communication Manager, your browser settings will be, you will be lost your browser setting, you won't get emails. After doing kernel upgradation, you are not getting the emails. Why? This ICM is not enabled there. So you have to enable this. You have to make changes of these parameters. So that is the reason you have to read that content info file. Without reading that content info file, don't blindly download that sap.exe.sar, sap.exe.db.sar and paste it and try to start. So before the problem arising, this content info is telling you, you have to make these changes. What are the changes generally we need to do? Few nodes contains few parameters need to be added. In few nodes you will be having some parameters. That node will tell you to add this parameter. How you add that parameter? Just open your instance profile. Okay, write down if that parameter is there. Okay, I'll show you otherwise. For example, this parameter ICM underscore enable underscore test underscore service. Remember this parameter ICM underscore enable underscore test underscore service. If the parameter is there, you can just change that value. But if the parameter is not there, how you do that? Just write down that parameter and give the value. USR, SAP, SID, sys, profile, where you will get parameters and your instance. This one. What is that parameter? ICM related parameter, right? Do you have that parameter here? No. Then what you need to do? You need to just write that parameter and is equal to your value. Then save this and start the system. Your system will start. So mostly, most of the kernel upgradation will tell you, will suggest you to change some memory related parameters. So first of all, you have to read that content info. If somebody asks you how you troubleshoot kernel upgradation problem, means I will read that content info. I'll follow that content info. Sometimes that content info will have some notes. That note will suggest you to change some memory related parameters. That is one thing. The second one is few nodes contains some zip files also along with that attached. What we have in that zip files, there are some extra .exe files and .dll files are there, or any library files will be there. So you have to download that zip file which is coming from along with that note, and you have to add that files also into your new kernel. Then it will solve the problem, it will start your system. Most of the cases, shared memory problem will be there. What is the meaning of shared memory? For example, why you shut down your laptop? instead of directly pressing on your power button. If you directly press on power button, what happens? If you shut down properly, what happens? The difference. Anyone? Why you
If we shut down the system, first our RAM memory will clean and system goes to in the shutdown state. If we directly power off the system, means the RAM memory will be right.
will not be released.
Just simply
See,
like sleep mode.
according to our example, every application is an instance. To start any application, you need to start the instance. For example, you are starting VLC player, MS Word, something, any video player or anything. It has to allocate some RAM and the processor. Without that allocation, can you start any application in the world? No. So in kernel upgradation, what we are doing, we are stopping the services, we are stopping SAP. When you stop that only SAP, sometimes what happens, it won't release that RAM memory and the processes. That RAM memory will still be allocated. And again you are trying to start the system. So already your RAM is full. Already your RAM is filled up. So you won't get enough memory to start your application. That is called as a shared memory problem. That is called as shared memory problem. For that, if it is a Windows system, just take restart of your operating system. If you restart your operating system, what happens? All memory will be cleared. Your RAM will be vanished. RAM memory will be vanished, right? So again, fresh RAM will be available. That thing will happen in Windows operating system. If it is a Linux operating system, there is a command called clean IPC command. Clean IPC command. I'll write that command. Remember this command. Regularly you'll use this clean IPC command in Linux operating system. Before starting and stopping your SAP system, we use this clean IPC. The formula is
instance number.
Yeah, clean IPC in instance number, say remove. This is the formula. So clean IPC, my instance number is some, for example 02, and I say remove. It will clear the shared memory. That's it.
That's clean addition.
Okay. Clean IPC instance number remove. That is a command. Clean IPC command. Clean IPC 02 is my instance and say remove. 03 is your instance. Say 03 according to your instance number. So one problem is what? Some memory, some kernel upgradations needs some memory parameters need to be set. If you set that memory parameter and try to start the system, it will start the system. Some kernel upgradations need some extra files need to be added into that kernel. That you will get along with that note in a zip file. You have to download that zip file and add that exe files into your kernel. And some kernel upgradations, sometimes what happens, your shared memory will be hacked. So shared memory will be blocked. So you have to clean that shared memory and try to restart the system. After doing kernel upgradation, I am saying all these things. Okay. 3 gone. 1, 2, 3. One is shared memory problem. One is memory parameters problem. Third one is some extra zip files you need to download. Clear with this? If somebody asks you the troubleshooting of kernel upgradation, you have to tell them we need to read that content info. If your system is not starting after kernel upgradation, what could be the reason? Sometimes some kernels need to clean the shared memory. Some kernel upgradation need to add some memory parameters. Yes?
In 3 system there should be same kernel version. That is also a problem. Huh?
I didn't get your question.
In 3 in development, quality and production, the kernel version should be same.
Yes, kernel version should be same, but first of all you are doing in a development boss. It is not related to your development and quality and production. Individual, kernel upgradation is a individual process. So later, first you do in development. Then you
Okay.
separately do
We
in
will go
quality.
for
Then you go to production. Kernel upgradation won't create a transport request, na? So it is an individual
yes.
process. So sometimes what happens after doing kernel upgradation, your system will not start. Then another solution for that is you are backing up the old kernel. Na? From old kernel, you have to copy that SAP start SRV service. SAP start SRV service. This one, and just copy this one and paste it into your newly created kernel, newly updated USR SAP SID sys exe uc. Here paste it, replace. That's it. And try to start the system. It will start the system. If it is not starting the system, the another solution for this is try to uninstall that service, SAP start SRV service. SAP start SRV service is what? It will start your SAP system. It is responsible for starting your SAP system. SAP start SRV service, you have to uninstall that service and reinstall SAP start SRV. See, I'm double clicking on that. So it will ask you to uninstall or install. Say uninstall and give SID of your system, instance number, and start profile, username, and the password, and say OK. Then again double click on this. This time say install the service and start service. First option. The same things and say OK. This new service will be started. Then try to start the system. This time the system will start. So after kernel upgradation, your system is not starting means it may be problem with some memory parameters. It may be problem with some lack of some .exe files. It may be problem with SAP start SRV. It may be problem with your shared memory. Can you explain this to your interviewer? If somebody asks you after kernel upgradation, my system is not starting, what you do? And try. Your system is not starting means first of all where you need to check. The first thing. For example, my dispatcher is not starting. See, my dispatcher is not starting. Where you check? In a process list, this dispatcher is gray color, stopped. Where you check? Tell me.
Work directory.
directories.
Work directory, excellent. Which work directory is 00 or 01?
Uh,
0, okay, see.
PAS work directories.
PAS work directory, yes. See,
uh,
ASCS and PAS. In ASCS work directory, in a work directory, you will have logs related to your enqueue and message server. That's it. Dev underscore ms. If your message server is not starting, go with dev underscore ms. If your enqueue is not starting, go with your dev underscore ms. Dev underscore ms, dev underscore enqueue. If message server is not starting this, if enqueue is not starting this, if SAP is not starting, then go with SAP start log is there. Check this also. This will tell you the information. What is happening? Message server started, CP. Okay. Now dispatcher is not starting. Only dispatcher is gray. Then you won't have a dispatcher in ACS. Na? In PAS you will be having dispatcher. Now come to this work. Every instance is having work directory. See, this instance is having work directory and this instance also having work directory. In this work directory you will have dev underscore dispatcher log. Dev underscore ICM is not started. Dev underscore ICM. Work process 1 is not starting. Dev underscore W1. Work process 0 is not starting. Dev underscore W0. You have to check what is not starting. According to that, you have to take action. See, my work process, everything is started. For example, this is not started means dev underscore W0, dev underscore W1, dev underscore W2 trace file. These are called as a developer trace file. You have to check these files also. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, okay, everything is fine. you know how to do, what to do, how to do if the system is not starting. Also, you know the solution. Now my question is, for example, in my system I am having 4 application servers. In my system I am having 4 application servers. See, this is one application, 2 application. Every application is having USR directory, right? Now where you do the kernel upgradation? When I am having 4 application servers, where you do the kernel upgradation? See, now I am having 2. How many instances I am having now? In this system, how many instances I have?
2.
2, 0, 0 and 0, 1. If you have 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4 also, see, every instance is having exe directory. If you go with this exe directory, all DLL files and exe files. And this instance is also having exe directory, right? And the central exe directory is what? USR SAP SID sys exe. This is central directory, right? This is central. This is called as a global directory. Remember guys, this directory is called as a global directory. USR SAP SID sys exe run. This is a global kernel directory, and every instance's exe directory is a local kernel directory. Every instance will have exe directory. This is ASCS, you are having exe directory. It is a local exe directory, kernel directory. If you have 10 application servers, you will be having 10 local kernel directories. Remember that. Are you clear with this? Global directory, local directory. Global kernel directory means USR SAP SID sys exe run. USR SAP SID sys exe run. That is a global kernel directory. USR SAP SID instance name exe. Instance name exe is a local kernel directory. If you have 10 application servers now, you will be having 10 local kernel directories. Now I am having 10 application servers. How to do the kernel upgradation? Do I need to copy these kernel files to all exe directories? This exe directory and this exe directory?
SAP CP.
No. See,
You
SAP,
can copy that
there is,
global directory.
yeah, just you have to update your kernel into global directory. What is your global directory? USR SAP
USR
SID
SAP
SID sys exe
global.
UC this. Only just you have to update new kernel here. You need not to update your kernel into local kernel directories. Means in this exe directory, in this exe directory you need not to copy that. Then who will copy that? So your system will
SAP
start,
CP exe.
your system will start according to your
Then
kernel
SAP
only, your
CP
exes only, right? So when you're starting your applications now, when you start your SAP system and the applications, there will be one executable file called SAP
SAP
cpe.exe.
CP exe.
SAP
E
cpe.exe.
dot exe.
See, I'll show you that. SAP cpe.exe. This executable will copy the kernel from global kernel directory to local kernel directory. SAP CP executable will copy global kernel directory from global kernel directory to local kernel directory. You need not to update each and every application server's local kernel directory. Remember, they will definitely ask you this question. If I am having 5 application servers, how to do the kernel upgradation? Do we need to copy this kernel into 5 application servers exe directories? No, only we do at the central location, central global kernel directory. When you start your system now, this SAP CP executable will copy all the kernel files to local kernel directories. Is it fine? Any doubt in that? See, if you go with ASCS and work directory, your SAP start log, you will find SAP cpe.exe command, right? This will copy from global kernel directory to local kernel directory. What is your directory structure? Once again, see the directory structure. See, in Windows, you don't have this SAP MNT directory. MNT means SAP mount to point. SAP mount to point means starting point. SAP mount to point is nothing but it is also referring to your USR SAP directory only. USR SAP in Windows or SAP MNT in Linux, both are same. Under that you will be having SAP SID. See, under that you will be having SAP SID. Everything is same. Global directory, profile directory, exe. This red lines na, this means soft link. The both are same locations. Red symbolic link. You can say soft link or symbolic link. So this USR SAP SID sys global. USR SAP SID sys global and SAP MNT SID global. Both are same. USR SAP SID profile. SAP MNT SID profile. Both are same. USR SAP SID exe and this both are same. So you can update your kernel at USR SAP SID sys exe non-Unicode or Unicode. Unicode and your platform, under that you will be having your kernel. Both are same. So you can update your kernel at this location, means in under SAP MNT's exe directory or USR SAP SID sys exe this directory. Both are called as global kernel directories. And every instance, see, one instance is there, second instance, third instance. Every instance is having its own exe directory. See, this is having exe directory, this one is having exe directory, second one, and third one is also having exe directory. So these exe directories under your instance names are local kernel directories, and these two are global kernel directories. If you copy your kernel here in the SAP MNT SID exe directory or USR SAP SID sys exe directory is enough. You need not to copy your kernel from, see, it is who is copying? Replication by SAP CPE, who is replicating from this location to this exe directory, this exe directory, and this exe directory. When you start your SAP system, this SAP CPE replicate this global kernel directory to local kernel directories. That means you need not to copy this exe, this exe, this exe separately, even though you are having 90 application servers. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please
Yes, sir.
please relog in. Only 1 minute. You have to check the compatibility, and you have to check whether any latest available individual files for your kernel. That also you have to check, like SAP displace work file, SAP TP file. If your transports are getting problem, you don't have any problem in the TMS configuration, everything is fine, then but your transports are failing, that means that tp.exe is having some problem. So update this TP. Or if everything is fine but your system is not starting, start SAP service, stop SAP service, try to update these files also. Download this. If you uncare this, you will get only enqc server.exe, one executable only. Just to replace that. This will also solve your problem. This is all about your kernel upgradation. Any doubts from today's session?
Yes, sir. Can you once show the compatibility of 753 kernel?
See, SAP exe 1000 kernel, right? And this is you selected here operating system Windows. That is the reason it is downloading the file which suitable for Windows and 64-bit. And if you download this and go to the Linux operating system and apply that, it won't work. This file is for especially for your Linux, your Windows operating system. That is the reason you are having Windows 8 is compatibility list. The 753 kernel is having for Linux also, but this file, this is related to Windows file. Got it?
Okay.
Chalo, that's it from my end.